Hello and welcome everybody, this is Renegade Tom fighting to be your hero with a quick guide on how to do the Deploy Dark Fluid mission. I noticed that the community was struggling with this one a little bit, and if you don't know exactly what to do, it can be pretty tricky, but once you figure it out, it actually is very simple. So without further ado, this is how you get good at Deploy Dark Fluid.
Democracy prevails once more.
First, let's talk strategy around our loadout. The whole mission revolves around protecting these drills, and they have about as much health as your fellow Helldivers do. So anything that you bring that's going to do fire damage or explosive damage, or it does indiscriminate damage like a barrage or cluster bombs or anything like that, is not going to be a good thing to bring on this. So your typical loadout for just blowing things up is not going to be a good strategy here. So we need to focus on weapons that you can use right next to the drill that can damage the enemies and not the drill, and that's going to be our arc-based weapons. The stratagem that every single Helldiver needs to bring is the Tesla Tower. That's going to be very key for completing this mission. As well, with that, it's really going to help if you use an armor that's going to give you resistance to arc-based damage. I also found it very helpful to bring the Arc Blitzer. It allows you to stagger the enemies really well, slowing them down, and if there are any enemies on the drill, you can shoot them off the drill very easily. The next thing that is very important for everyone to bring is the expendable anti-tank. The reason for that is that you have plenty of time at these objectives to call in many of these things. The entire ground is going to be littered with expendable anti-tank, so every time a Bile Titan shows up or a charger, everyone's able to pelt them with rockets like crazy and keep them from getting anywhere. After that, you also need to bring the Rail Cannon Strike. The reason for that is because the Bile Titans are still really tanky and difficult to take down, even though you have a bunch of EATs everywhere. With a Rail Cannon Strike, they're down to very little health. It only takes one EAT in order to knock them down from there, and it's really going to allow you to pull them off the battlefield very quickly after that. If everyone has a Rail Cannon Strike, people are communicating, and you're only using them on Bile Titans. These last two stratagems are really important, so one or two people, optimally just one, needs to bring the Guard Dog Rover, and as you're going through the match, that one or two people can drop down the others so everyone else can have one. You need everyone to have one of these by the end of the game. It's going to be the reason you're able to extract. The other thing that everybody else needs to bring is the Orbital Gas Strike. As soon as you see a bug hole spring up, you have someone throw an orbital gas strike on it, and it's going to eliminate most of the things that come out of that bug hole, so that when a charger or a Bile Titan show up, you have the opportunity, without being attacked by a million different bugs, to actually engage with those larger units. One last tip on the loadout: if you have the grenade pistol, bring stun grenades. You do need to close all the bug holes on the map before you do anything else in the match. So you need to have some grenades that are able to do that. But the stun grenades are also really nice to have if you're getting swarmed or too many things are getting near the objective. You can actually throw a bunch of stun grenades. You can help stop chargers and focus on taking them out a lot faster or more efficiently. It's a really nice thing to have. If everyone, or at least a few people, have it, it's going to make a big difference. Now let's talk battlefield strategy. The first thing you need to do is to eliminate every single bug hole on the map. Every single one of these are constantly feeding enemies into the battlefield, and you're going to be dealing with a steady stream of enemies, and the fighting will never end until you get rid of them. And then there'll be patrols here and there after that, but it makes things a lot easier in order to get set up and actually go for those objectives. So you have to take care of the bug holes first. The second step is to put that drill up against a cliff or rock so there's less that you have to defend, and then establish a perimeter with those Tesla towers that you brought. Now you might be thinking, well, if I'm putting the Tesla towers out there, aren't they going to spawn right on the objective? And the answer to that is only if you're not at the objective. And this is what a lot of people online are doing incorrectly. They're standing away from the objective, they're waiting for the enemy to spawn, and because they're away from the drill, they're spawning right on top of the drill. When all the Helldivers are right next to the drill, they will spawn out and away from you. And those Tesla towers will then put in a lot of work, and having them not in the middle of a choke point, but up against a rock somewhere near that choke point, it's going to allow them to have a lot more survivability, since it's going to be a lot more difficult for the bugs to reach them. So the third step and most important one is to have every single one of the Helldivers right there next to the drill. And keep in mind, you can heal, the drill can't. So use yourself as a human shield with that arc blitzer, fighting against the bugs, holding them off. You just need the drill to do its job, and then you can leave once it's done. And that's all there really is to it. Once I started implementing this strategy and communicating it with my teammates, I was able to beat it with ease, and it was a ton of fun. And I wasn't even following this strategy in perfect circumstances. For example, I was the only one on my team who brought the arc resistant armor, so my teammates are constantly getting pwned by their own Tesla towers, and we also had one person on the team who didn't bring this loadout, and we were still able to make it work. So for the rest of this video, I'm going to stop the commentary and just let you watch the gameplay from completing the third objective all the way to extraction, and that way you can see the strategy that we implemented here if you would like to. The game audio is going to stay muted, so hopefully you enjoy the background music I got here, and with that, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video and get good at Deploy Dark Fluid. Come on, come on. It's here.
Can one save us? I'm rushing in.
Let's go.
No,
let's go.
no, call me! My laser dog killed me!
Sucks to suck. I'm stuck. What?
Get in,
No!
get in! Don't wait for me, don't wait for me!
Let's go. Just get out of here. Guys, just go.
Sam?
Ah,
Oh,
Oh, man.
still succeeded.
what happened?